Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with Me, and this is what we're going to make today, and I'm going to call it a card folio. So we've got the front, we've got some dimension on there, got these flowers that are kind of set back in there. This is a die from the Magnificent Mom Bouquet, and I will link all of these below, the ones that I can find. And then this Happy Birthday is from the Lawn Fawn Happy 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 stamp and die set. So we've got that on the front, and then inside the card you've got two pockets, one here and one here. And then you have an envelope on this side that is just put together with a string. You can open that up, put all kinds of goodies down in there. So this is what we're going to make today. It's quick and easy. Once you get all your pieces cut, it's just a matter of throwing everything together. It is flat, so it should still mail with no problem. And leave me a comment below letting me know if you enjoy the cards, 3D projects, or what exactly you enjoy that we do. We try to do a wide variety, but let me know in the comments below what you enjoy the most. So let's get into making this. I think you're going to enjoy it. So start out with a piece of cardstock that is 6 by 12, and on the 12-inch side we're going to score at 5 7/8, at 6, and at 6 1/8. Now, since the score lines are so close, the way that I get these to kind of fold up is I put my ruler there on that first score line, and I just kind of fold it up over my ruler, and then I put it on the last one. I don't worry about that center one. Put it on that last one, and then just kind of fold my paper up over the ruler, just to kind of give it that little bit of a bend right there. And then I make sure that my edges are straight on this end. Alright, so let's do some pockets next. Now you're going to need a piece that is 6 1/2 by 3 1/2, and you're going to score on 3 sides, 2 of the short sides and 1 of the long side at 1/2 inch. This is going to create a pocket. So all I'm doing is scoring at 1/2 inch on 3 sides. Make sure it's 2 of the short sides and 1 of the long side. We'll lay that aside for a second. And then we're going to get our next pocket. This one is 6 1/2 by 4 1/2, and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to score at 1/2 inch on 2 short sides and then 1 long side. Like that. Lay that aside, and then you're going to drag out your big pocket, and this one you're going to score at 3 1/2, so 3 1/2, and then at 7 1/2 on the long side. Then you're going to turn it to the short side, and you're going to score at 1/2 on both sides. Oops. This cardstock is very thick, and it is giving me a fit today. Okay, we've got that scored. So let's lay all of that aside. I think that is all of our scoring done. And then we'll go ahead and start putting our pockets together. All you need to do is just fold these pieces up. We're on the score lines. I'm going to go ahead and burnish these just because this paper is so thick. And then I'm just going to take my scissors, and right here where the score lines meet, I'm just going to kind of go across and cut that off like that at a little angle. I don't want to cut it real far because I want these two pieces to be able to glue together. So I'm just going to cut it like that. Alright, then I'm going to take my score tape, and I'm going to put a piece of score tape on the bottom. And then I'm going to fold that up, and I'm going to put a piece of score tape over here. And I'm putting my score tape right up at the edge of that, where that score line is. I'm using 1/4 inch score tape. So lay that pocket aside. We're going to do the same thing for this one. Go ahead and fold and burnish it. And then just clip your corners. And then again, take your score tape and put it on your little tabs here. Okay, we can lay that one aside. Now for this one, we're going to go ahead and fold and burnish, and then we've got just a little bit of cutting that we need to do on it. So I am going to fold and burnish, and then I'll show you what we need to cut off of here. And remember, all of these measurements and everything will be over on my blog. That link will be directly below the video. So you can go over there and just write everything down, copy everything over, whatever you want to do. Alright, this is going to fold up like this. This is going to be our little envelope down in there. And this is going to be our tab. So what we need to do first is we need to cut these pieces off right up to that score line there. So go in that score line, and then you just need to cut up straight up on it like that. Do the same thing on this side. Just cut down to that score line and then cut straight in. Then we're going to come down here to the bottom, and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to cut up on that score line, and then you're just going to cut it out like that. Now this is going to fold up with these on the inside, and that's going to fold up just like that. Now I want to angle these little pieces off right here because I don't want that much just sticking out there. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to mark that where this bottom piece comes up to. And then I'm just going to take my scissors and go from that straight up to that little corner and just angle it like that. There we go. And then when we fold that in, so that's much better like that. Now we want to round these corners because we want this to look a little bit more like an envelope at the top. And I'm going to go ahead, I left a little bit of the score line in right there, so I'm going to go ahead and cut that out on both sides. I left a little bit of the score line showing. So just make sure that you cut on the inside of your score line to get all that score line cut out of there. There we go, we've got that rounded. And now see, when we fold that over, you've got a nice envelope there. Okay, so let's lay that piece aside. Now before I put these on the inside of the card, I'm just going to go ahead and put my mats on. And this mat, let's see, I don't even know if I wrote the mat size down. This mat is cut at 5 1/4 by 3 3/4. I'm just using my art glitter glue to put these down. Okay, then we have this mat. This one is cut at 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. Okay, let's go ahead and put our envelope together, and then we'll put the mats on it. Now if you want to cover like down into here, this part of your envelope, you can go ahead and do it now. I'm just going to leave mine. But you wouldn't have to cut a piece that went all the way down, just a little ways down to cover up if you want to do that. Then we'll just lay that down on there. So this piece is cut at 5 1/4 by 3 1/4. And then we have one for the inside up here and one for the outside. And think I am going to, I'm going to use that for the outside and that piece like that for the inside. So I just need to make sure which way's up and which way's down. And then I'm going to round those corners. Okay, I changed my mind in midstream. I think I am going to use that for the top flap. I just like that paper. Alright, then I'm just going to take a little string to tie around this to keep it closed. You could put a magnet on it, you could put Velcro, you could do lots of different things, but I'm just going to tie a little string on here. Then on the back of this, we're going to put some score tape so that we can glue this down. And I'm just putting score tape right across that string, and that's going to hold that. Make sure I got it pretty much in the center. Right, now we're ready to put some mats on our card. And I'm just going to use these kind of muted backgrounds for the card. And these are 5 1/4 by 3 3/4. And then this side's the same size. And then I'm going to put one on the outside here. I'm not going to put one on the back, but you can if you want to. This one's going to go on the outside. And it is also 5 1/4 by 3 3/4. Okay, now it's time to put down our pockets in here, and this one's going to go right here, and then these two are going to go on this side. So I'm going to peel this backing off of the score tape. And then we're just going to center this one up down at the bottom. So just kind of center it on both sides and then press it down. So there is your pocket on that side, or there's your little envelope on that side. Then on this one, you're going to put your large pocket down first, and then your smaller pocket on top of it. So go ahead and pull the backing off your score tape. And if you pull both sides off first, then you can press that down, the bottom part down, and it goes right up over there and closes it up. So see, there's your pocket down in there. You don't have to worry about anything getting stuck to the score tape. You can also use liquid glue on this. I just like using score tape on something like this because I like for it to stay in place, and I know score tape is going to hold it for a long, long time. Alright, you can do the same thing on here. And then you just need to put it right down at the bottom of that other one. It should be the identical same size. So just bring it down to the bottom, and then just make sure that it's even on both sides with that first one that you put down. And now you've got two pockets there. There's one right there, and there's one right there. And then you've got an envelope over here. So see, when that closes up, it is still thin enough that you can put it in an envelope and mail it. Now we're going to do a little bit of embellishment on the front. And we have a piece of cardstock here. This is cut at This cardstock is cut at 3 1/2 by 5. And then this one is cut at 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. Now what I'm going to do on this white piece is I'm going to use this die, and this is the Magnificent Mum Bouquet. We sold tons of these last year. I don't still have any, but if I can find it on our Amazon store, I'll link that below. But these are absolutely beautiful. I'm going to lay it on there something like that right there because I still want to have a little bit of room up here at the top to put a sentiment. So I'm going to lay it on there about like that. I'm going to use some of my purple tape and tape this down, and then I'm going to take it to my Big Shot and cut this out. So let me make sure that I've got it about where I want it. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm going to cut this out. So then we'll take our tape off and save that for another time. And then here is your little flower cut out of there. Isn't that cute? I love that flower. Look at that. And you can punch all of these out if you want to. And then, I mean, some of them pop out when you cut it. Other ones you just poke them out or use your little tool to get them out. And it is a beautiful flower. So I'm going to get these out because I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with it. Alright, we have all those punched out, and see how pretty that is? Isn't that gorgeous? So this is what we're going to do on here. I'm going to put this up on foam tape. So I'm just going to run some foam tape all the way around it. Alright, then I'm going to pull the backing off of this, and I'm going to put another layer of foam tape on top of this one. I want it to be a little bit thicker. And now I just cut my foam tape down if it's not the width that I need. You can cut it in 2, you can cut it in 4ths. It cuts easy with the Tim Holtz scissors. Then we're just going to center it up on here and press it down. There we go. So we have that popped up. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to lay it back down in there, but we want to press it all the way down to the bottom. Like that. We're going to put a little bit of glue down in there, and I'm just going to dot it around. It'll dry clear so I don't have to worry about if I don't hit the right places. So I'm just dotting it down in there. Then we're just going to lay this down in there just like that. And I'm just going to take the end of my stylus and press that down all the way around. If it needs a little bit more glue somewhere, just stick it under there. So there we go with our flower back in there. Isn't that cute? And now we're going to put a piece of bling right in the center of these. Okay, I'm going to stamp Happy Birthday on here, and this is from the Lawn Fawn. Happy, happy, happy. And it comes, you can get the die and the stamps. It has all different kinds of sentiments. So I'm going to stamp birthday. Whoops. Let's try that again. I think I need to re-ink my pad. There we go. That one works better. Then we're going to stamp happy on this one. Let's make sure that I get enough ink on there. There we go. And then I'm going to take the matching die and I'm going to go over and I'm going to cut that out, that happy right there. And then we'll cut the birthday out and put it under it. And again, I'll use my purple tape. Just tape that down so it doesn't move. And we'll cut that out. Now I went ahead and cut my happy out 3 times. And see, on the other ones you don't have to stamp it to cut it out. Just cut it out because these are going to be our shadows. And I'm going to put some glue on this one and glue these together. So this is a good way to make a pop-up, plus it makes the shadow effect. Okay, and then here's the one that we stamped and cut out. And we're going to put him right on the top. And see how that gives it that puffy, layered effect? I like that. So we're going to put that one right there, just like that. Then I'm just going to cut out birthday and I'm going to put it over here. And I'm just going to turn that birthday a little bit just to give it a little bit of interest. So there is happy birthday. And then we're going to put this on the front of our card. Alright, there's the front of your card. And then I'm going to take a few of these little cards that we got in our June kit, and I'm just going to stick them down in here for the person that's getting this. Good vibes, good tides. So we'll stick that down in there. Let's see. Here's another one. Find me at the beach. And feeling golden. So that will work for those. And then you can put your person a gift card, money, whatever down in here if you want to. And then I'm going to go ahead and put a couple of these flowers that we got in the kit as well. I'm going to put a couple of those on here because these are nice and flat, so they're not going to make the card any fuller. And then the leaves, we got these in our kit as well, so I'm going to tuck a leaf up under there. There we go. And see, it still folds nice and flat. You can still put this in an envelope and mail it. Alright guys, that is the card for today. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. And as always, I'll have all of these measurements, photos, and everything over on my blog. And that link will be directly below. Thank you so much for watching. Please give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed this video.